It's 6 minutes after 9 o'clock at night, and I've got this loser or this bozo, this guy that's telling me that I'm a noob and everything. Well, whether I'm a noob or not, I can show you how to trade like a goober. And he's onto this. He's telling me I'm a dumb shit in his latest comment because. So he's another one of these depth of market people that think this is the holy grail or something. So, no central order? I don't even know what this means. You are an idiot or what? Central order? So I said, central order, are you normally this vapid? And simpleton, go learn about NBBO, you stupid fucker. Okay, so I'm learning about it. And this, so I type that in and it comes up national best offer. And this is the regulation in the United States Securities Exchange Commission that requires brokers to execute customer trades at the best available ask price when buying securities and the best available bid price when selling securities. So I guess your broker is going to scalp for you, apparently. I don't know what the fuck this means. You know, for a guy that has nothing on his channel to make comments on my channel with his head up his ass, everything this guy's ever commented on here is just complete bullshit. So I did a recording of this last night trying to explain it, and none of the audio came through, so I don't even know if this audio is coming through here. But, I don't get it. Just comments all day long from this guy. You stupid motherfucker. You use a demo account to teach the Forex that already moved, ha ha ha. And then he doesn't want to show me his trades. This guy has no idea what order flow. A lot of discussion of academics. This guy is stupid loser trader. So a lot of academic discussion about the. This is what I'm hearing about this, right? A lot of academic discussion. Dude, show me your trades. Don't be a fucking idiot. Show me your trades. So last night the video went like this, and I had a breakout buy on my goober system. I have no grid on this, so I just marked the prices. You have to do your own math. This is the cage system. Forget depth of market. How about come up with a number? This is Rimba Barra. So I'm a stupid noob loser. I've asked this guy for 2 days, show me how to trade then. I'm listening. Show me how to trade. Also, when people speak in demented terms on my comment channel and they speak like a fucking 10-year-old, and then of course I have to respond like that in text. But honestly, what's your fucking point, dude? Let me hear something of some moderate sophistication, and for God's fucking sake, man, if anybody wants to comment on my channel, at least have a channel like ICT does with no comments available. At least he has material, although you're not allowed to comment. So what do we have here on this British pound trade? Let's trade it. I'll give my free lesson to Rimba because he needs the money. Let's buy the British pound right now. Let's try to make 10 pips. I say pick a number. How many pips are you trying to make? And how tight is your spread? And are there commissions? I'm going to tell you right now, Rimba, I've traded more times than you could even imagine, demo and real. And that's because it's about 10,000 hours, motherfucker. So let me try to. I think my guitar's out of tune, and last night I did this recording. It blew up the fucking microphone. Oh, it's still in tune. So I could play guitar. I could play a song. Now that's people say, "Oh, you know what? That sounds familiar. Where are you going with that?" Now I'm in performance mode there. Just to give you a clue here, this Rimba guy is just too fucking hilarious. He has no trade plan. He stares at the level 3, level 8, nearest best bid and offer. He thinks he's got a clue what's going to go on. Ooh, there's a bunch of like Bill Gates orders in here. I can't believe this is still in tune. Now let me just play technically. Now this is like demo account playing here. Let me show you some. So if I was to play demo mode, it'd be like technique mode, right? Just now, I could play bad technique, and people say, "Play a song, please. Show us your performance. Show you scalping." Okay, dude, I could scalp the London Open with real money, fake money. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. How does it matter? You want me to see me do it real money? Okay, I'm going to pay commissions on each. It's going to be very tight spread, and I'll scalp it in a PAM account. This way, you can put your fucking money in it. I don't want to do any more. You want to see me trade? How about you? I'll do you one better. I'll trade your money. Okay, Roomba. You send $100 into my PAM account, and then I'll show you what I can do. I'll give you $100 to your PAM account. How about we play this game? You're such a badass. Instead of being a fucking loser with a flower, that's your only contribution is a fucking flower icon. How about you step up to the plate and show us how to trade this British pound? What kind of goober-esque system could you have? It would make money. You know it and I know it. You know that trading's for idiots, and then you're some academic. I looked at Bill Gates' orders right down there. Can't you see? Oh, I can see George Soros' orders. Dude, it's a quarter after 9 o'clock for every motherfucker on the planet Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 16 minutes after in 20 seconds. Are you looking at the fucking clock, you cunt ass? I feel like I'm streaming to this cunt. So let me just wrap it up for you, and I'm going to name this Rimba Bara Commented. This is the name of this video. What do you think's going on right now? And it's Wednesday. Huh. Now, what does Simpleton always say about Wednesday? Wild Wednesday, it's coming. I hate to sound like the SEAL Team 6 guy, but you probably do good having him bitch slap you around a little bit, because you are one of them. You're worse than the what does he call them? He calls them the not the pajama boys. Something. But you're one of those guys. You see the market move and you say, "Oh yeah, look, I was right, it's going down." But what about us guys that like to scalp and play dumbass fucking mechanical trading systems, make money? Dumb fuck. That's why nobody trades them. Because you don't need a fucking brain, bitch. So we can, I can do technique. I could bore you to death with guitar playing all day long, bitch. I could demo this fucking guitar all day long. But if you think scalping is not a performance art, there's not. Okay, let me tell you something. How about a pending PAM account? All trades in are pending. You have to have Somebody just sent me a link to this. I'll put it in the bottom here. It's because there's too many copyright things now, and they're shutting down everything, so you can't really do anything. Or at least that's the fear, right? To sell the latest newspapers, but we don't care. Right? So I'm an artist. Okay, I'm not going to be shy about my expression. And Rimba Dimba is some type of wannabe Spock guy, or just like I said, vapid. No content to his channel. At least the guy that Herm don't read no books has. At least he's got some fucking. He's sitting there babysitting a goddamn 392K single ticket. He peels off 140. Whatever, dude. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's about money. So this is the sad thing. Are we talking about $48? Are we talking about $148? What's your threshold for pain? And how many times are you willing to get stomped out of your trade? And if that's not the fucking answer, dumb fuck, how far underwater can you go? So SEAL Team 6, get it, right? You understand this guy? Underwater. Punishment. Bad relationship. Are you good at that? Okay. Put a fat stop in a small position. Problem answered. I've met swing traders that make fucking 500 pips. Dude, they got a 300 pip stop. They waited 2 fucking months. Are you that guy? Well, maybe you're both. Maybe you're fucking Bruce Jenner. Maybe you got some dumb fucking sleeper account. Some piece of shit Bitcoin account that you buy every time Bitcoin goes below 2,000. You buy a little bit. For a scalp, maybe. I mean, you got to realize when you're in scalp territory. Now, another problem that this Rimba guy doesn't seem to understand is this depth of market, best nearest order. You have to go watch Mark Douglas one more time. It only takes one motherfucker somewhere on the planet to fuck up your trade. I've been in trades and I've been stopped out and I've been limited in and I've been through all that. I've thought to myself, the broker's never going to let me have that money. I mean, they say they can't, no scalping allowed. I've never been denied a fucking, or maybe I didn't even notice. Maybe I was trading so big and hairy that slip it. Dude, I'm driving a car in a race. Am I gonna wipe out? I mean, the pace car wipes out. Trading is a performance skill, you dumb fucking pussy that doesn't have the time to rehearse. You rehearse with real money? So you mean to tell me that you go to Prince's place over there in fucking the Midwest and you rehearse in his fucking auditorium for a show you don't have, for a trade plan you don't have, and you can't even tell me your entry? You can't even lie to me. Why can't somebody just say to me, I got in at 104, I'm still long? I don't care, dude. This kind of, and it's about guys. Okay, you're dealing with guys here. Now, women, if you give them a task, they can pull it off. They're not going to ask you why. They're good soldiers, right? They got a kid. Now, there are crack mamas. There's crackhead mamas. There are. But even the most crackhead mama, okay, she's getting the kids some fun. Okay, just to let you know, we're updating this video stream. It's now 22 after. So, at the bottom of the hour, there's going to be drama. So we're either going to plunge deeper here. Now, okay, you can put Gartley's up. Dude, you can fucking slice this thing with a fucking Ranko tick chart. It is not going to fucking save you from the fact that it only takes one motherfucker. This is a rule of thumb. And don't forget, low volatility means big volatility is coming. So the calm before the storm, this is the dumbest shit in the world. I could explain this to somebody without, this is another problem. If you know a lot of shit, you feel the need to explain that to somebody. Well, here's a stochastic. You see, this is over budget. Dude, you knowing that and wanting to portray that to somebody, thinking you're helping them, no. You should be able to very cleanly explain your trading system to any fucking goober on the street. Otherwise, you don't have a trade system. This guy, Rabba Rimba, can't explain it. I can explain mine. You may call it hindsight. I call it foresight. Right now, you are either long or short with a wide fucking target now. It's Wednesday. Let the games begin now. You can go down to the 1 hour chart, but you better be ready to fucking trade and keep getting in at the same price level over and over again. It's called retest. This is going to be work. This is going to be a bitch, man. You're going to be up 48 pips. You're going to be up 14 pips. And you got to decide in advance, or if you're going to performance art. So are you, do you trade at the market? Do you trade on pendings? What makes more money? Well, if you put on pendings, you're going to have to reload that gun. Because once that bear trap's been trapped, once you trap that bear, you got to come back and get it again. Right? You're talking about high probability, and people's high probability trade. Yeah, I'll give you high probability trade. 80% of the market's noise. And this guy who's telling me, look up this, look up that. Okay, dude, call out your trade. You found it to the internet. Go get Screenomatic. It's free. Although the latest version sucks dick. But it's free. They actually fucked the program. You can believe somebody have a video program and fuck it up? So, and it's just like Facebook. Yeah, it's okay when it's just like a couple things. Now you go there, it's like some kind of fucking sand trap. Okay. So, we got 4.5 minutes to the bottom of the hour. And, yeah, last night was a winning trade. Buy stops trailing. We've picked up 3 tickets long here on the 4-hour chart. Can anybody see the trade here? I don't want to be ridiculous. Okay, I'm able to kind of navigate this a little bit now. Wait. Let me just point out my my view of reality. So, yeah. You got a buy stop pending here, and you're short right now. Now, are you short? I can't draw any better than that because it doesn't let me, this fucking thing. And don't forget, here's these. If you have pendings that were on this one, this is not the trade you want to take mechanically speaking. So let's speak mechanically. Without use of a Gartley, we have a sell. I'm sorry. I'm not happy with the colors. Still not happy. Big kahuna marks. Jeez, here. What the fuck? All right. If you have a buy stop here, and this would be possibly a Williams fractal bullshit, and you have a sell stop here, it's entirely possible that at the end of the day, or the end of the week, you are going to look like the biggest fucking genius if it moves more than this. So this is your 50% extension. And random lines are as good as Fibonacci, right? We just randomly come in here. You know, this is just your typical intervals. Oh shit. Your typical intervals. Here, let me I'll bore you with my guitar. But someday I'll play more properly on the guitar there. For right now. Hope the ocean isn't too loud there, but I'm on my yacht right now. I'm examining the market. So here we are now in the 4-hour world. Are we short? Is this the vacuum? We're filling these two vacuums, and I call this the dual. And this would be my Gartley. So I'm looking at this vacuum and this vacuum. Then we get this big vacuum to here. We fill it up. Once we hit this price, holy shit. There's the institutional sellers coming in here. You didn't tell me. Dude, let me help this guy out. So I know this Ramba Rimba wants to know the secret of Forex and all markets. Oh, I show you a secret. 4-hour breakout trader puts a buy stop here, sell stop here, bingo, bango. Now, this is the question. If you sold 83K here, a half a pip apart on stops, and you spent the time and energy to create an exit that looks like this. These are your exits, and maybe a robot does come in with a trailing stop, and then you're out of how much percentage of that position? You need to ask yourself these questions before you trade every mechanical trade. Now, maybe you don't ask that question if you're one of these people that are very Gartley. I'm sure now with simple fresh low system, big monster vacuum here, right? In fact, I can't even see. It's so high. And so notice this vacuum. And this critical price here. So I guarantee you on the 5-minute chart, in the tick chart, when this is going on, if you watch the order flow, you'll see the market just go fucking nuts. And there's a breakout, fake out on the 5, and then you just keep crushing down. Trust and believe on the 3.5-minute chart inside here. We've been here, we open here, we close here, which means in some regard we've retraced that little itty bitty amount, right? Let's just try to not think like this guy that's trolling me, thinking that you need order flow data. It's just completely retarded. You're overthinking it, dude. So here, let me scrunch down and get in here. We don't have a pip grid, so we're just flying completely breakout blind. Now notice the back testing of low volatility breakout systems here. Let's just do a cursory, and we're thinking 82K, north and south. Bidirectional. The insurance policy is we're going to get a little bit hit because we're going to get chopped up a little bit, right? So those are the trades you're going to say, well, those are really bad trades, but you got to realize this is for the person that doesn't want to think. And it's also great for if you have a broker that has a really tight spread or a fixed spread, zero commissions or something like that. Or you have a broker that's really good at making 20 pips. That's everything's dialed. All the scripts are dialed there. Then you move on to the next broker and you build a different. So they have to, ideally, with real and fake money, you simultaneously run the same currency maybe. So don't overwhelm yourself because at first glance you're going to say, this is a really good system. But once you start to do, this is why you would need a robot or a helper. Somebody to do the euro versus the pound. Now you need an objective view of that because you're going to lose perspective. Especially for a person that's like going to try to match the fundamentals to what's going on in the chart and try to make sense of it. In this way here, in this charting system of the volatility price envelope bar by bar, you can hardly fuck this up because you're not even talking candles. The big problem with candles is, okay, the body. There's an assessment there. Here, there's only 3 assessments. New highs, new lows, range. There's only 3 assessments here. There is no close. There is no open. How many elements of data, and let's not even think about Bill Gates' order in here. It's preposterous. Notice the explosion in volatility here, which we know for certain, the most certain of certain, that this here, this box of insanity, which lasted, count it, fucking 8 hours, 12 hours. I mean, there had to be a trade plan for that. But there's a place to get in before that. And you would just have to say, well, how many pips is that? I have a stop of 25 pips. Or no, I'm looking for a 25 pip 4-hour time frame. So here's your 25 pip box. Got to have a 4-hour that's below that. Here comes the robot. He saw that. Oh, look at. Okay, this is the robot. Maybe this is a better way to describe it. I'm giving away my trade secret here. Mechanical trading. 25 pip qualifying 4-hour bar. Oh, we got one here. So here you're breaking out down. Right. Whoosh. If you did not take something off the table and added here and got trapped, let's not forget that if you're going to go bidirectional as opposed to perceiving the... Now this is a double bottom on top, so think of your Gartley as being here. I know you're probably not going to unring the bell from the Gartley in your head, but this is more important than the... In other words, if you're looking for the what Alexander Elder calls the bull pressure, the bull pressure is the highs. The highs against the vacuum. So he talks about bull and bear pressure. Like here, the pressure is building up. How much sustainable can the bulls keep the bears going up in this insane vacuum? And let's close the vacuum line here. So we're looking at this as the shelf. And we also have all the sellers up in the ionosphere up here that are selling new highs. Don't forget there's people that stepped in, and this guy would probably say, well, that's all that. That's the best orders but there. It's the banker's entry. Whatever, dude. Are you in there? Are you in on that trade or not? And you have stops up here, and can you walk away from that? And you don't need to be there for that trade. You've got to, if you're going to survive this, like I said, unless you're going to trade, unless you're going to be awake 24 hours, Rimba Dimba's got to show me him trading live. Now, I've traded live and demo. I've traded my real money while the market's open, and I've traded real money with pendings, which is a little different. So, I need to get a gun for my neighbor, the horn. So, if you had a 25 pip bot, imagine you have a bot that comes in on the 18 pippers. So here's 2 fills. And by default, you're short here. Now, that's hard to accept. And look at the risk to reward ratio. So you have to, somebody asked me about risk to reward ratios. It's hard to, it's easy for me to say. Okay, dude, but you've got to have multiples. Like, so you're going to make, there's double your money. This is like triple your money. You can figure that out. You're never going to make this. You wish you could. So a part of you is going to wish it, and then you're going to say, yeah, dude, if you would have stayed to here, you'd make all that money. I know that. I got it. I don't have patience for that. Maybe I get out here. Maybe there's a dead cat bounce in here. At what point are we buying that? And what's going on now? We're short by default. We're scalping out right now. We have to be. Now, I don't have to go to the 5-minute chart. I can see that we have better have taken 2 pips off the table on the initial plunge now. Because here they come. Here they come now. Let's take a look at what's really going on right now. And this guy was telling me about the hindsight. Okay. This is what you have to understand is this is how much money you're trying to make. Now, fuck, I gotta zoom out. Let's take a look at the big picture. Let's go to the monthly. Okay, now it's very disturbing to look at this chart. If you've ever zoomed in and said, well, you know, okay, we've been here 2 years, we've been here before. Is there some magical pivot? No. Can anybody step in the market and fuck up your trade? And these order flow people, they can't see in the head of George Soros who's about to fucking pull the trigger because of something Trump did. And will the news move the market? I really don't think so. I've seen bullshit news move. I mean, don't forget, I keep getting from this one broker keeps sending me this alert. Watch out, high volatility. Now these are low leverage people in Belize. They're like, you look out, it's really okay, I got it. Thanks for the warning. Well, thanks. You know, so if you're used to making 50 pips and you change your size and you think you want to take it up a notch, you're crazy. There's no way to build it. I think you have to go mechanical. You go, oh, I'm a genius. You have a limits system. You have a stop entry system. I don't know. I don't want to commingle those. If I'm in stop entry mode, if I'm goober trading, now there's nothing wrong with it. You know, this is the sophisticated academic Gartley guy meets, he'll just get in here because it's like going to break out either way. I don't really care. As long as I got some Palmolive filterless, I'm good to go. So, you know, we're all junkies for jumping out of, there's people, the adrenaline of jumping out of a plane, and certainly when the market's open live and you're trading hotkeys, I mean, it's a fucking rush. And it's so fast, the money is so fast up and down in increments that you really don't have time to assess it. Or, if you're not trading the news, are you trading some giant landscape monthly chart? And I just can't even believe the simpleton guy's in there like fucking blowing up his goddamn demo accounts. How can he fucking know? It just doesn't make any sense. Dude. Show me the trade. Give me the monthly. I guarantee you're going to be underwater. If you think that the price you're getting in right now makes sense for the next 3 minutes, next 3 days, those are 2 entirely different time scales. Not to mention the scale, the size of the fucking trade you're in, bitch. Don't talk to me about demo until I see you trade the demo. I'm not going to let you blow up my Ferrari. You claim you know how to drive a car, and then you're some hillbilly fuck like talking like, oh yeah, you got that prototype. Psh, shit, I build the car while we're driving, dude. If you didn't drive the course, okay. Do you think Tiger Woods shows up and doesn't? Do they not allow him to play one round of golf? Does anybody warm up before? So a real trader, that's a scalper, a performing trader I'm talking about. You don't need to have any performance skills to lay pendings orders and be some patient dumb fuck that just pulls the trigger because it's Wednesday. Okay, just who the fuck are you? There's a spectrum of traders that goes from SEAL Team 6 loghead that's holding some fucking, oh, it's against him for 4 months. Then he goes, see? Okay, dude. There's capitulation in the herd of people. What's going to happen with Bitcoin? I'm very fascinated. But I'm just too fascinated with this dumb shit. I mean, people, well, you Bitcoin. Dude, I'm just using it as a transaction method. Is liquidity. Liquid currency, I'll pay 5%, 10%, whatever. I didn't even go into that other Coinbase thing because if I got to prove another time I'm not a robot, I'm just going to jump off a cliff. Like every time I turn around, it's more fucking bullshit. And then technology just worries me. My acoustic guitar is good to go. Yeah, it's like, no, if the grid goes, it's grid safe. So, yeah, and so what now? Oh, well, we're really bearish on the pound. We're going to sell more. Okay, for the next 40 minutes, the next 10 minutes. Dude, you got to have something better than calling me a stupid losing trader in a demo. Have a lucid thought. So here's a good comment. Okay, so here's a good comment. Enough with this depressing guy. Trade like a casino for consistent profits by Adam Cool. You know, I like Samurai Trader, and I don't know. I happened to Ryan Brown. He kind of bailed on us. I was hoping he would go full tilt, robotic, but I do think there is hope for the robot theory. At least the hot chick pulling the trigger theory. I think it's more. You just have to come up with a price. You know, it's like getting a hooker. You got to come up with a price for an employee. How much can you? So. Okay, so. Right, what is your hit rate? How good are you at calling the angle? Now, the market is constantly... Okay, well, think of it this way. Have you ever seen a 64 Crayola crayon set? Okay, so this guy, Daniel Mass, says, that one EMA channel on the highs and lows is pure genius. I know, it's very striking. I love it. It allows you to see the short and long term trends. In fact, it's this bull and bear pressure, which I'm a big fan of, the Alexander Elder approach. We could do a 13 EMA on it, and then you could get the his metaphor about the bulls being held up, or the bears being held by the scruff of the neck, and their feet are dangling. Yes, so this is really, to me, and this volatility breakout stuff, it's so stupid. I hate that it makes money in a way, because I do wish that Fibonacci was it. I can't tell you how much I love geometry. And I really do wish that these Gartleys were the ticket. I sadly think the market's ugly. And if you just bracket these highs and lows and you just look at the terrain, and you can also not have to worry about the time. I would say closing prices is harder. I mean, closing prices only does not key you into the kind of psychosis this market is capable of. To say that at the end of 4 hours we've only moved 10 pips is to say nothing in terms of people that are looking to make 30 pips in 4 hours. So you can scalp the market and you can become very proficient at it. But look at this fucking weekly chart. Those trades are invisible on here from a volatility standpoint. In fact, if I scrunch this down till we found a window, it's mind-boggling. What is the smallest bar on here? That was your entry. Anything, so I know this is a weekly chart, but if you did the math on this, this is your call to action. The end of that week. As soon as we start crushing up into this first vacuum, and this I'm sure looks amazing on the, I'm just going to square it off at the last known high. The market's so crude that it's just, it's sad. It's honestly sad. Now let's look at this in perspective. And let's imagine that you scalped out to here and you kind of like did another risky thing is you put a stop here and your take profit was here, and you really could have lost more than you would make. So it's a bad ratio on that first ticket. And let's imagine that you took a risk and put in a buy limit here and never got filled. So you were anticipating something happening after this pullback. And let's just imagine that, something's got to give. Now, in the perspective of everything look at this magnitude of this had you been prepared for even a stop here. Now, let's just say you bought an 80K. And not to mention, this is the weekly chart. Don't forget there are people that have bought new lows in this mini vacuum who have just fucking made so much money with a stop at the mind-boggling new low. So there's trades within trades, and you can't see the other guy's trade, then you just haven't traded long enough. And that's what the problem with this troll that's hounding me. He doesn't understand this. Look at this. Look at that window. And look at all the trading, and not to mention the old 80-20 rule. Let's just say that this market hasn't gone shit for brains anywhere. For the weekly traders, the big kahuna traders, the big trend traders, and let's put this all in perspective now. Let's back out from the scalp point of view to the, wow, look at this fucker. Even the moving averages are saying this isn't an uptrend. Crude as it may be, and we don't really dip into any perfect entry, and there's no perfect entry. And what was better? Now, this is like Sex on the Beach right here. Look at this fucking window. Low volatility, pull back, the perfect stop hunt. The perfect trapping of some fucking dumbass. Now, this is the way you think about it. I do, because you do think, you dumbass. Okay, this is why this guy is talking to me like this. You fucking idiot. Can't you see what's going on here? But you still need the trade plan. Okay, you can tell me all day long that You've been taught to put a stop just below this, right? And then they stop you out and it rips against, it goes your way. But what if you were buying on limits and pullbacks? And what if you're also buying on volatility breakout? Now, you could directionally trade this. You could even counter trend trade it and still make money. Because if you were the kind of person that could handle selling new highs here like that SEAL Team 6 dumbass, you could claim that you made this. Dude, I sold here, I got out here, and then I went long. That's something, right? Because you're going against the trend. Counter trend trading into, and you're willing to go either way. I can see the scalpers making some money here into this floor. That could happen. I can also see putting a buy limit down here and scalping the whole territory off of this. There's going to be amazing shit in here, right? We're already in the unfair territory on the weekly now, British pound. We're there right now. If we clean house down to here, who's not buying down here at the infamous another 60 pips off, please. And here's the round numbers. So we can do a manual hunt. Here's a big round number. Right. And how about this one? We'll get in down here. Just willy-nilly. I'm sure it's a fib handle on some other planet. In fact, this is what it's going to come down to in essence. You're going to need to either hand place or write a blanket script that puts in 80K 5 pips apart with a master stop risking X. Okay. What does that look like? I don't have the script in here right now, so I'm going to do a manual version of it. Now we can martingale in like this. We're still getting in. We're going to get in dense here. Maybe this is your Fibonacci. But you got to think in terms of this stuff. You've got tickets like this. And for the next month, you're committed to this trade. Right? This is your trade. You're just going to buy down here. Now, you're going to go like this and say, gosh, I mean, I like the trade. Oh, but what if it keeps tanking? You need to be on another time frame, 4 hour. You're short, and if these buy limits don't fill, you're going to go long on the top of that bar. So you've scalped out of something already because you can go to the 1 hour and see you needed to scalp out. The 1 hour robot, which has to have a scalp built in. Every trade needs a fucking scalp built into it. Did I say that? Even this, the lowest volatility bar on this whole thing, bam. This one, you had to have a scalp built in. Smallest bar, you should be able to find the smallest, it's the river. This is also but this is better than Bollinger Bands. Dude, this is tight. This is skin tight. You're in, you're out. You're still holding the bad leg. You're still holding this is a trap trade. I get that. Okay. But here you're up. Right. You got in here, you're up on something, right? You're up on that trade. But you realize it's Asia, right? Look how quiet Asia is. Here it melts down. Here comes London. Volatility breakout here. Long side, cashed out of something. Now, the other ingredient would be if you're going to trade this manually, let a money management bot come in and move a trailing stop on you. This will give you ultimate equity retention, which when I blew up that account, did anybody notice I didn't have a trailing stop? So yeah, I could triple the account. Anybody could. Anybody can do this to an account. The question is, Are you going to jump back in? Are you going to try to take your same trade plan and bring it down? People say, does it work on the 5 minute? What you're telling me is you want to bust your ass. You want to be sitting there fucking. You're going to have to work a lot harder on a 5 minute chart than you are on a 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart is like dumb shit stuff. It's like so stupid that you can't even believe you're trading it. You're like, oh God. And it's so boring. But it makes money. And especially if you can trade with some clue of direction and have a limit trap bank either side, or you're cashing out. You're going to take that initial burst. If you get an explosion, you can count on more volatility. As soon as you go out, right now the volatility just picked up. So on the 1 hour chart, we're about to update. There's no trade from a breakout standpoint if you have tight stops now, because there's no break. You don't have a qualifying entry. So the mechanical trading, you need a qualifier. What's the range? Now you could have this on multiple currency pairs. The only problem is the spreads get wider and the fills get worse from a breakout religious goober entry system confirmation, right? That is there's nothing without a downside, right? She's hot, but she's stupid. Beautiful ass, but man, she can't even start the car without double starting it and grinding the starter. Like I had a girlfriend that was really hot, and she let her use my car, and she never took the parking brake off. So she got home, she wondered why it was so hard to accelerate. So that was quite an experience. You know, she warped the rotors, I think. So here we go. It's 10 o'clock. Now, from a more aggressive standpoint, we would have a buy stop right now, a sell stop. Wider, take profits now. And maybe, like I said, we had to take something off the table there, at least 3 pips. The spread right now is like 1 pip. So we might not have gotten anything out of that. And this is why people get clobbered on the 1 hour chart. Like, if you zoom out, of course, if I really zoom out, now you can't see the forest for the trees, and that's another problem with the level 2 bullshit, is it's all about... Now, this show you just how wackadoodle this market is, and how people are itching to throw an oscillator on that or a moving average and make all sorts of... but I don't think that's the way to go. This is way too much data, and I just can't see the forest for the trees, in my unhumble opinion. At this level, okay, I can see the volatility. At this level, I can definitely see it. I can also see the zigzag nature here, where even a trailing sell stop. This is another trade that's a real heartbreaker because it's so fucking stupid. Market's down, and the money management bots are running the trailing buy stop for the bears, and they get trapped. But there's also the lower. This is lowest volatility bar within this pack right here, and then a trailing sell stop picks us up 1 bar before it crashes, and we're just adding. And here you could adding, and look how adding to a winner in a trailing stop entry mechanical simple rule base small bar, sell stop's triggered, buy stop is not triggered. On the tip of this Williams fractal or whatever have you, or just it's just nothing but a swing high, you know. That's it. It's literally, that is a swing high. You're not looking at a swing high that's this one here compared to this swing high. No, you're not going to be able to trade like that. You're going to have to make a decision right now. Do you have a trailing buy stop running? For instance, let's think about right now. Do you have a trailing buy stop here? And did you just get filled here short and now you're, shit. Yeah, it's like so hard to do this. Okay, so I think I'm in drawing mode. So the question is, okay, you got to really dissect this thing. Okay, here we're coming into Asia now. We're still short. The robots, the money management bots, what are they thinking? So let's think like a robot. First way to build a robot, right? Think like a robot. If your buy stops are stacking up here, and this is also on every bar, we're going to mark off a trailing money management protection thing. Yeah, I got to make something bold color here. Okay. I'm just going to have to go with the biggest marking I can. So here it is. Imagine it's trailing. So there's your protection. You're still short. You're still up in the trade. And maybe you got short here, so in the crotch. This was your lowest volatility bar. You're short. Dumb luck, right? I guess, right? So sell stop, buy stop, sell stop filled. Small bar you're in. And no more trades. You're cashing out. Your robot's running a stop and reverse. He's either going, now it depends how much money you got in the account. You're either going to run a buy stop bot and a sell stop bot. And you know what the qualifiers are, and you're going to have 10 of these bots, and you're going to have, that's what you're going to have to do. You need an army of bots. I mean, if you have a day job and you want to let your bot army run, I guess you just get to break down and find somebody to write you a bot. My only request I'd pay you for a bot, but you got to let me clone that bot and change the targets. I have to be able to have the source code and clone the bot. If I built a PAM bot account, so this is like you're going to, I guess you would just, and I do have a machine that'll do that. I have a robot actually for free that I found that runs a trailing stop. That's how it enters the market. But you have to create different versions of that, which would take you time. Or are you just going to look at Asia and go, dude, I know this fucking market. Come on. I've seen this a million fucking times. You're long right now because you put orders in here on new lows, right? Once again, I'm sidetracked, but right, you've got pending orders here, and you're up on something, and this is your target, right? The last known floor. So I think we all know the trades here. From a high risk standpoint, you went short here, and you were up on the trade a little bit. Structurally speaking, you have a top become a bottom, or a crotch become a V. This is your lowest volatility bar entry is this one. That's your confirmation entry. This one is too big for you because you need to make 8 pips. So you made your 8. And if you were diligent and you just went with the order flow, this is order flow too. Don't forget, that's order flow. And maybe your cancel replace is happening on the 15s. And if it is, it's going to stop you out, right? If this was your trailing stop, got stopped out. Never going to see this profit. Do we need to backtest this? Fuck me. Jesus. Can't you see that if something's designed to sell new lows, it keeps on getting trapped and raped. But if the filter's set for only this amount, none of these qualify. The crotches are too far apart. Right? They're never going to have sex. Right? They're never going to have any pelvic humping. What is called dry humping. So you can have any metaphor you want for these markets. Now, the order flow here is stacking up. Yeah, there's a price vacuum, dude. What's going to happen tonight? Well, we'll probably go up here. Yeah, people be cashing out into that. Whether it's a fib or it's a whatever. And they're cashing out right now. In fact, the guy that bought new lows here with all the balls with tequila in them, he's cashing out right now. So this is live on a demo. I'm not trading it right now. No, sir, I don't have to. But I can fucking explain it. More than this cunt that keeps on fucking saying dumb shit on my channel. So I can explain the market to you. I can mansplain this fucking shit to you right now, bitch. What is that guy called? The SEAL Team 6 guys. Mousy boys. He's a mousy boy. So also we can perceive the 15-minute vacuum. Like I said, this is something you want to get in before the breakout. If you're going to trade the 15-minute chart and you're going to track the VAC, then it looks like this. Okay? Here's your Gartley. Here's your failure swing on lows. I mean, the bulls were so strong, they were making new highs. Now, it must sound like Alexander Elder, but, dude, I'm gay for him. And here is a trap. A fake breakout continuation, and there's your doji. I didn't want to say it, but there's the doji. And if you get in at the market, okay, there is a qualifier. Doji traders, okay, they're trading on the clock at the market. Breakout traders are running marching orders on stop entry. Money management bots are, right? Everybody has a different... the SEAL team, you still need a guy in radio calling the orders into the floor, into the Forex trading pit. Don't forget, the guy that stepped in here and bought new lows, he's up on that trade. If his stop was here, he can claim Ryan Brown winning. Here's the crotch, here's the crotch, here's the crotch. So what's more important? These vacuums retested or the bottoms? It all matters. Or this vacuum that lives up here now. And look at this bitch. They're going after this, right? Are we out? Now, if we bought $1 million of shit right here, and we did a dead cat bounce into these lows, of any amount, do we make money? Was that a structured trade? Was that a vacuum entry? Is the vacuum as big as this? Oh, yeah. In fact, when it breached this low, which we all knew existed, now it is a 15-minute chart, but you want to be in. Now, you do want to enter on down hard. So my other entry technique for at-the-market traders is down hard in the 15, just buy like a fucking idiot. Now, that's a beautiful, fulfilling lifestyle. You get to pull the trigger. Same thing, up. I would say up, sell, down, buy. Up, sell, down, buy. Getting in and out. There's a rhythm. That's the rhythm method of not making babies. Not blowing up the count. But you can dance with the market. Now it's performance trading, buy, sell, buy, sell. Or you can also do the trap trading where you lay in a grid just willy-nilly. You're going to wish all these trades were bigger than they are. Look at this beautiful entry here. Now, I don't know if you got filled because of the spread, So, but they definitely went after some goober stop. You could have bought this vacuum for the right price of X. And now you're cashing out. Are sellers coming in above here? Is this where all the big boys have their... The question is, are you a big boy? And do you have your orders up there? Or are you still living in mom's basement yelling at me? So we can see that all robots, breakout bots, are on the sidelines now. Because this 15-minute bar is never going to get any smaller, dude. And 15 minutes is almost up. Anticipatory trading of price vacuum fills in the 15 is very hard work. You're going to have to be called to trade right here. The robot, if it was directional, would get in here short only and not be trapped by this. If a robot sees this, he's trapped. If he goes short and he has a stop here, you can see how you need to have 10 robots. Because there's too much dynamics here. Here's a trap long on the... This is a 15 minute, don't forget. But here we can see it's screaming up, going after this, which I wish this drawing would hold continuity while I switch time frames, but I'd have to do it in this form here. So if I mark off this Gartley view instead of a vacuum, but if we look at this as being prominent and it goes back all the way to the beginning of this giant vault. Okay, there's a huge fucking hole up here. We've satisfied this hole. This is the British pound 15-minute chart. Now, people are taking profits. Why? Because there's a little rooftop. There's a sloped little roof here. You see that you would see this actually on a smaller time frame. It'd be a little cluster up there. So we can switch to the 5-minute chart now and see that. And now look at this double top and bottoms. People think is this swing high, these are the swing highs here, but the double top and bottoms is more critical. And you could run RSI on that and get divergence. I guarantee you if I break out RSI... Now there's another idea. Is a divergent bot in one... Okay, so I'm just telling you how to build the qualifiers for the robot. It would be 3-period RSI. So we'd put in... we put our indicator in here. Or you could stare at the screen and wait for this pattern. Here's another high probability breakout volatility combined with divergence system. Of course, you'd have to be awake 24/7 on the 5 to make money. You may catch a couple. So this would be the ultra qualifier. Insert. I'm missing my insert. Oh wait, here are tools. Insert indicators. We're going to go RSI and we're going to go 3-period of lows. Okay. And I did lows, highs, close. I mean, I had like this, but this is before robots. But here's the concept. So I'm going to go beefy and I'm going to say, give me, okay, we got a problem here. Yeah. Oh, oscillator, sorry. Relative strength index. So we're going to go for black, and we're going to go for thick, and we're going to go through 3, and we're going to go for lows. So what we're going to look for here is low volatility and divergence. And a robot that could do that, now we're talking. And it's going to look very awkward at first. But notice the divergence here. And also, we would stick to the 3 to 5 bar divergence. So we have divergence here. That is swing lows are this is a higher low. And the RSI is not comporting that. So You have to remember, though, this is very complicated. This is the lows. See, divergence in lows right here, literally. So if you are going to be a person that trades highs and lows, take the RSI and do divergence. You need two charts. See, here is the unique two-period divergence that you do not see in closing prices. You might. I don't know. This is another thing, the reason why people use CCI. CCI takes into account the highs and lows, plus it's got elaborate smoothing in the close. But I don't, CCI, this is kind of like CCI in a way, because I'm bringing in the, look, see the divergence here? I guess I have to truncate those lines a little bit. And look at this, double bottom becomes a top at an angle. Okay, so you can make all sorts of claims. The question is, did you pull the trigger here? Not likely. It actually closed up there. You could have said, oh, I got it in the market. I mean, I got it, and maybe you did. On the 15, this is the 5, sorry. I don't think it's worth it. You know, like here is the breakout. I'm tracking new lows, don't forget, so. Now, if I do RSI of highs, I would put it on top. So this is bull and bear power of Alexander Elder taken to RSI level. I did a video about this like 2 years ago. These are all great momentum concepts for the ultimate breakout that's got a nice thrust to it. Because this is quite the sell-off of this. Look at this move out of the gate of this low level. So you have low ATR, you got divergence in lows, and bam. And maybe you're adding mechanically. Don't forget, you're coming into this vacuum and people are buying. You're hopefully buying on limits, hopefully getting the fuck out. Then you get, you have to keep remembering this is lows. It's very difficult. Like here's your divergence, right? But it doesn't, if you don't have a trade plan for these giant bars, you know, you kind of had to be buying here limits anyways. And maybe you saw that and you go, oh, that's confirmation. But the problem with you have to wait, okay, you only have to wait 5 minutes on this chart, but if this is a monthly chart, forget about it. So with this concept here, now, you got to remember this is tracking lows. That's also a real difficult thing, is to keep aware of whatever indicator you've written and whatever rule set you have. Stochastics takes into account stuff like highs and lows and all that bullshit. Definitely %R does, which is a component of stochastics. Williams R. That has that bullshit in it. Now, if I go to the half hour, there's less trades. I wonder if there's divergence up here. Okay, so here's divergence in lows. And this is, like I said, this is a respectable rule set. And as long as it happens within 5 bars, so you should be able to count the bars. This is your first crotch here, first mountain. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect wave count. So 5 is it. 2 to 5. When you get a vacuum that is 2 to 5, so if you want to think about the Elliott wave or this Wyckoff, whatever the accumulation distribution. Also here we have a positive reversal in lows, which would trigger your entry. I don't know if anybody knows what they call it something else over there, and they don't name it properly. In power trading, they call it a continuation or something. But really, what it really is this is more overbought, but at a lower price. And you take these two numbers, and you add it to this number, and you project it in the future. So it took a while to hit their target. But what that is a rally in a downtrend, but it's like a gasp rally. And it's, if you were diligent and you could put high, low, and close. I did it before. High, low, and close. So you have RSI, 3-period, high, low, and close. And you're getting confirmation from all these aspects. But what's going to be critical is the width of that candle, the narrow one, is going to determine how big you're going to trade and when you're going to scalp out. It's going to, because you can't trade big, even though this bar looks really appetizing. You may have to wait for this bar. And as much as I would hate waiting for something, you may have to wait for this. So who are you? Are you a risk taker? Like a real swing trader is going to start selling here and go, fuck them. Right? That's SEAL Team 6 trade. And they're like, woohoo, told you. And then they sell like a defiant contrarian, which I must say, that's me. Especially if you have even a thought of order flow, that Bill Gates is going to show you how to make money. I'm selling this shit. Like, fuck those fuckers. And then I'm cashing out. Now, the obvious scalp on that is right here. If you sold hit this, you're supposed to get out here, because if this is a real breakout, it's supposed to come back and test that price. And then keep going up. And it does that sometimes. Doesn't it now? Like, it took this out, came back, and you could still get in. Or even came back here, right? Broke out, came back, you could have got in here. So where could you have got in? You kind of be able to, you have to see the trade existing. You have to see that style of entry. Buying new lows, scalping out into the floor, holding through the swing for the engulf. You got to scalp out of something. Here was the ultimate scalp. Or you just reloaded your gun. Now, this is the reload. This is another reason why it's just trading is so hard. If you did this trade, it means you got to come back and do that trade again. You've got to reload the gun. And so right now, look at this pounding north on the 30. So you're long on your 30-minute bot, and maybe that's your qualifier, and you're scalped out of your new low, right? So this is like, you seriously don't need order flow. You don't need to see, well, I got to see market transparency. Let's see this guy, you know what he's talking about. Okay, dude, you're either scalping on a demo or real money. You either know how to trade or you don't. But don't go barking dumb shit. It's pointless. It's just so pointless. It's just like, dude, you're not proving any point to anything. Okay, so the guys here, you just said, Simpleton, what link? You stupid or what? Someone answered him real time. Okay, so oh shit. Oh, that's loud. Okay, so that's 6 minutes. Yeah, I need to see this guy's trade being executed. So, you stupid or what? You're winning trades? So here, let me reply. I'm responding in a civilized manner since I vented. I said, he says, I want him to show me a link to his trading, you know. And he says, what? You stupid or what? So I said, what size are you trading? What is your risk per trade? So if you can't answer that, this is how people are, man. They just want to have fun, I guess. Girls just want to have fun. But I am fascinated by this. And, you know, like I said, this stuff works, but you got to work it. You've got to be prepared to not make money. So you would have made almost 10 pips on this trade, it looks like. And you're holding this through, oh, here comes the bottom of the hour. So in the half hour, we're about to update. Now the 15-minute traders are probably out. Now you could add. If you get a small bar here, boom, in 30 seconds, we can actually put another buy stop in and another sell stop based on the last 15. So that's kind of cool. And, that you could see we had a beautiful hammer here, dragonfly, on the 15, on this particular broker. So boom. So we're out. We're out of something. And we're just going to buy more here. And we're potentially going to go short here. We have a lot of stuff, and it's kind of cool. So we watched this happen real time. You could do this in Strategy Tester and speed it up and ask yourself, would I take that trade? You can actually back test that with RSI, lows and highs, and say, okay, this is my call to arms. This is when I know I should put on the trade. So here I'm going to truncate this and turn the ray off so I can show you the divergences in here as I perceive them. The negative reversals here. So this is Andrew Cardwell, negative reversals. Andrew Cardwell meets Alexander Elder. And those are the lows, and the highs would be a different thing. But we would be going long here on more, and we've hopefully cashed out of something. So the breakout bot's going to be on the 15-minute breakout bot. And the half hour has no trade because it's too volatile now. This was the short for the half hour bot. So I think you can see if I put in, now I'm just going to get rid of RSI. I'm going to go back to my template. And I'm going to zoom in. This is all just inside of MetaTrader. You don't have to download anything. So this is max zoom in. I am running cheating. I'm using my monitor at 720 instead of 1080 because I'm trading. I don't need. That's another reason you can tell I'm a real trader. I'm not running fucking 4K on a goddamn. I mean, dude, this is paint by number with 3 numbers. There's nothing going on here. You just don't need all that high-res graphics. The less more. I mean, I actually prefer if it was 640 by 480 and I could pan the screen, and I used to do that. Matrox had a thing called Power Desk, and you could just go in hard, hardware accelerator. Maybe there is a thing out there I could do it again, but I could just slam my mouse into the corner and be, I am on this one chart, bam. And I really would prefer that, but this software is too polished out now to be like that. I want the good old days. I'm sure I could probably go get I could get something clunky like that. Actually, the clunkier the better in a way. Give me a manual transmission any day of the week. I get the automatic tranny, and I'm playing to its strength. I mean, automatic tranny, you would drive different. And how would you trade the market if you had a mechanical stupid system? Well, this would be it. Okay, in the 4-hour, you're short and you're trapped. But you put on a hairy trade here because your 4-hour bot said you got to put on a hairy trade. And you're about to get filled on buy stops if they're still pending. Now, how long? Here's another thing. How long are your stops going to pend? So without backtesting this, let's save you a lot of backtesting agony. Say you're trailing sell stop. Let's say you're a high roller. And you see this as a small thing. Instead of canceling, you're long, but instead of canceling these, you let them sit. In fact, you add here. And you're going to let those last all day now. And here you don't do anything because the volatility, or this robot doesn't do anything because the volatility is too big. But these guys are pending at a fragile window, and you could almost make the argument that this doji is a pivot. And anything, even though late entry is acceptable to you, don't forget, it's hard to, it's cringeworthy. When you get in here, you're like, oh, fuck, really? Why didn't I sell up here? if you even care about anything in your life, that's going to affect you psychologically. You're going to say, and if you don't like the chase, you're not even going to get in here. You're like, fuck them. And you're like, dude, all these goobers are making money, and you're on the sidelines going, holy shit. Now, you could have a trailing buy stop that's very aggressive, that doesn't give a fuck about volatility. But if it does care about volatility and it's gauged to that and it's set to that, then the volatility bot that got in here, right? Here's when that volatility bot makes back all the money it ever lost. It's completely curve fitted here, and it's cashing out, and then it actually goes long and makes a little bit of money. Then it goes and makes this breakout bot now has making you look like a genius. So if Ryan Brown is watching my video, I'm sure he can understand that. If you had a robot that was calibrated for X amount of pips, not percentage of account, but it was literally, all it did was take that one ripe cherry pick trade, and maybe the pendings did stack up here, and it just kept letting everything stack. And sure got trapped here, but whoa, right? Whoa. But he would probably intervene and fuck it up. Most people would. That's why they say plan your trade, trade your plan, or build your bot and let your bot go fuck the market. Let's go to the daily. And look at the daily. All of a sudden, God, it looks so simple to trade. Why would I lose money at this? I'm so academic. Who's so academic? I have to refix. Every time you roll a template, you have to refix this guy. He's so academic. Who knew? This is turtle trading right here. That's why the turtles made so much money. Because they did kind of what I'm saying here. They were mechanical traders of like the highest degree of stupidity. It was okay till the market whipsawed them. But the daily trailing sell stops. Now here, the turtle traders are like, yeah, we'll go long. Until all of a sudden, the party's over, that fractal's hit. Here, look at this. 5 days of insane vacuum and probably some kind of divergence from that. And then, wow. These goobers made so much money on this dumbass breakout system. You just want to punch them. So this is the thing. People will say, oh, I'll show you something nobody will show you. As if to say, oh yeah, in the books it's all... Dude, it's not. I can cherry pick you all the winning trades and here go, oh yeah, right there, dude. Right there. Doji Supreme at a critical price level. Don't forget, we still got vacuum galore to come. Just like we had vacuum galore to come here. Yeah, we're not done chasing down those peaks, those mountaintops. But I just dig the fuck out of this zoomed in look. The more zoom, the better. Look at the week. Look at the weekly. Oh, we did that. Look at the monthly. Holy shit. What was going on here? Is this bad data? Now hold down there a second. Let's cherry pick this chart. This must be bad data. Did we really just hang out and chill in this super tight fucking never to be foreseen again volatility breakout? Holy shit. And you're talking about the Brexit here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that little fat Phil. Baby Phil. And what is this? Is anybody making money here? Fuck no. Not any trend trader. I've been in that trade for how long? Dude, why don't we got in here? Jed says we should hold it. 6 months we've been in that fucker. We got out. Look at it fucking went down where we thought it was going to go. It was 618 down here, Jed. Fuck. And little old me. Oh, my girlfriend, I told her volatility breakout this. She's so rich, she bought a car. Then she tried it again. She got all chopped to death. Oh, yeah. She went back in, did the same trade, and now look at, she blew up the account. Huh. I don't get it. She made so much money here on that breakout strategy. Oh, gee willikers. See, because guess what? She would have had to trade it here, and make this shitty money. Here, she would have had to trade it. She would have had to consistently traded it. So even though she did trade it here, she didn't blow it up so bad. She ain't so dumb. Here, she cleaned up. Here, she kind of cleaned up, didn't she now? Never got filled on the short side. I mean, you really need to back test that? Now, the question is, can you monolithically trade this? No. You're going to have to fucking be on. This is the monthly chart, people. Can anybody see what the fuck's going? Okay, we just filled this. Do you think we're going to keep? Maybe we will. Big Brexit. And all the fucking curved bananas be down here. Does anybody fucking believe this Rimba Bara guy? Teach you to order flow. It's the order flow. Order flow my ass. Give me that chart, you dumb fucking ninny. Okay, so we're gonna delete this shit. And let me clear this off and go back to normal analysis mode. Do you have to be so angry? Oof. See, now here's another eye opener. Volatility. Hey, let's go 1 minute chart. Geez, I can't even see a trade on that 1 minute chart. What the fuck do you do? Yeah, like really, the daily doesn't even look tradable. Hell, look at that monthly. Looks juicy. This is another thing that power trading will do is this dumb shit. Like they will have the scale fix itself. If this is the monthly, you go to the weekly, you're like, hell, let's go to the 1 minute chart. Fuck. Can anybody see a problem with this? Well, let's get all excited about this monthly move. Well, I'm on the 1 hour chart, son. I don't even see what you're talking about. Fuck, even guys on the 4 hour chart are like, what is he talking about? Oh, I think I kind of see. Wait, so does anybody see a problem here? Look at the perspectives available in MetaTrader alone. Well, you're not using a pro platform. You're no level 2 on. Dude, you want to see level? Okay, you're going to talk about order flow in level 3. What level's this? Okay. You're here. You are here. You know the old you are here shit. Look at this price vacuum. Lordy B. And we've been down here, and everybody's looking to cash out up in it. There's people holding through that shit. They're like, dude, by the end of the week, we'd be up banging on that floor we fell through. Yeah, no shit. No shit, Sherlock. And there was another guy. Can't see him here. Let me go to the other daily. Don't forget the guy that's like hoping we... Here we go, 4 hour chart. So we have this guy. Who made money? The guy that bought new lows here. And gee willikers, he dumped it into here, and that was fucking... Well, that was earlier. You missed it. You missed it, Roomba. Is this gearing up for another blast? Are we forming a vacuum on top, possibly? Is it oversold according to the bull power? Oh, yeah. Did the volatility get small? Now, if we leave our buy stop stacking up here and we go hog long, and actually now that the longer that this is stacked up, the more pressure. It's about pressure, son. I told you. So if you were a risky guy, you got in here on the breakout and you're like, oh, look, I'm making money. Look, I'm so smart. And here's the failure swing. We trap on fair value, the buy stop, the money management bots. So this is also fueled by money management bots, just by algorithms are making a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way because it's stacking up. The protection, then blast, short squeeze into structure. Great fucking trade. Just a no-brainer fucking, Now, you could have got in here and got in too early and got stopped out, and like you want to trade at least 3 tickets. Okay, you don't have to do 82 single Ks, like I said, unless you are up for a bunch of work, and that's what you do. You work hard, you make money. Especially reloading the wagon here. You could have bought here on a fib and dumped and not even got back in and just gotten taken your money and ran. And look at this, another chance to get in. A mini vac down here. And you've got pendings all night in here. You're that guy. He's that guy. He just trades like crazy. I think he's on meth. It's why he won't post his real account. I'm still waiting to see other people's real account. I'm not asking to see theirs, but now that everybody's asking, let me see yours if you're going to claim that what I'm saying doesn't make sense. And we're hoping to make 2 pips here. We got to get to 70, which is a round number. Hello, knock, knock. So we can either stare at the tick and resist hitting the button here. So sure, we could scalp it. We could go to the 1 minute chart, but I warn you, if you go to 1 minute chart, you better drill down in the latest wave, because now the 1 minute chart is going to be like psycho. You can't even, it's not even enough. It's not enough. You would have to go to the 5 minute. And now you're saying, yeah, but I want to see the peaks and valleys on the 5 minute chart. Okay. This is why people, they lose perspective. They go to this chart and they're like, dude, why aren't you selling against this trend line up here? Do you know how much work that is? Sell, cover. So, okay, can we pick out the trades here? Rimbo could probably figure this one out. Dual crotch vacuum. The robot could have had a sell stop, but you're clever enough to see the stop hunt, so you sell here. You also sell here because it's a failure swing, and then you sell here with a pending sitting at that trend line because you know this is the top of the channel. And then you cover on new lows, and maybe you counter trend trade it back off of new lows. You got to trade like every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, you're getting in and out, in and out, in and out. Another thing to consider, though, that this is 1 pip. So you made 3 pips. You made 3 pips. You made 3 pips. You made 4 pips. You made 4 pips. You made 4 pips. This is a lot of work. Then you bought maybe you did have pendings down here. Are you doing that? Did you have trailing? Here's the money management stops getting filled. Okay, they just cashed out. Short squeeze to the rooftop. Stop, reverse, go the other way. Selling pressure was stacking up. It's selling off. Go figure. The market's going up and down. My question is for Rimba Timba, are you trading it? What's your frequency of trading? How many trades a week do you do? How big are they? I still haven't got a reply. You need to answer that question. Are you paying commissions? Are you ECN? Are you awake 24 hours on crack? Do you just trade high probability yearly setups? So, I could go on, but I won't. So we're looking to hear from Rimba. Comments are welcome as long as you have a YouTube channel to back up your preposterous, super expialidocious bullshit. The people love to try to challenge logic, and it just never works. There's 3 ways to get in the market. As in closing, let me just say, you either have rhythm when you fuck the market, or you have tactics. You're either very tactical, like you leave notes in the bathroom, call me for fun, in the women's bathroom. For a good time, call me. You leave notes, you leave pending orders, or You sit in the stall of the woman's bathroom. Okay, this is a joke, people. And he can get no respect for women. He would sit in the stall. Yeah, you're either a stalker or you're leaving notes with flowers. There's two ways to approach it. Pending orders with flowers, or you're just going to vulgarly say, hey, are you single? So you're either at the market or you're stalking. And you can stalk with stop orders. The stop order trade is this. On the way out of the room, for that person to get out of the room, this is breakout theory. There's gonna be a doorway they're gonna have to leave by, so you'd have to leave notes at each doorway. Right? An alert, a blinking neon, stick them up, battery alert with their name on it. And maybe there's audio. Keeps calling their name. I'm sure this is being made somewhere. Some annoying, like, chatterbox stick up. Or you're going to intervene. Okay, you're going to stand up and or you're going to stand on the parking lot. And when they come out, you're going to confront them there and you're going to trade. You're going to trade at the market. Or you're just going to go home and leave your calling card. So the calling card would be your pending order. Now, which is more psychologically demanding? To leave a note on the windshield wiper and sit and wait for the bear trap to be triggered, uses trap trading? Or would you prefer to stand out? Would you prefer to ball walk through the bar up to the recipient of your pickup line? You'd have to have some elevator pitch, right? Shark Tank. So you're either in the Shark Tank trading at the market, and you're gauging people's fucking... See, now there's something where no matter how well you plan that, it only takes one of these douchebags to fuck up your scheme. And so that is the... that's the other scheme, the other approach, right? Yeah, it's a fork in the road. And so... whether it's stop or limit, those are your post-it notes. And the market is a completely different animal because you need to be there to get that trade on, to get it on. You could do that. You could play Let's Get It On in the background. Let's get it on. There's some Al Green, something. But unfortunately, you can't romance the market. This is another, I think, a big... kind of mental trap of thinking you're a sniper with a gun is that the market is fast and wily, and it seduces you into entering. So if you like to chase, you're going to overpay and underpay. You're going to be... this way you need to blend. You need to learn to accept that your trade is 8.5 minutes away from you at a better price. So if you're buying at the market, even right now, which looks like a good price, it could go lower. Of course, now you're admitting that you don't know where the market's going. Now you've just got yourself in a psychological loop. So think about that, and think about the... think about that not trading is like money in the bank.